Nation's commercial capital. This is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Amarachi Ubari.
Good evening and welcome. Tonight, Nigerian Navy kills 7 pirates in a gun battle in the Calabar waterways as African security chiefs meet in Lagos to seek solutions to the piracy menace. Negotiations between the joint health sector unions and the federal government enter a second day to seek solutions to the health workers' industrial action. Supreme Court strikes out Action Congress of Nigeria from the suit filed to challenge Ondo State Governor Olusegun Mimiko's election. And United States and Great Britain consider military options against Syria following the use of chemical weapons in Damascus.
Tonight on Business News, Nigeria's oil sector is about to receive another boost as Dangote Group sets to invest in a $9 billion oil refinery.
And on sports news tonight, despite overcoming Nigerian opposition at the Lagos Table Tennis Classics, African champion Omar Assar remains magnanimous in victory.
A gun battle between men of the Nigerian Navy and suspected pirates has left 7 of the sea robbers dead and 1 arrested, though with varying degrees of injury. A shootout involving officers of the Nigerian Navy NNS Victory Command took place at the Oron Pilot Island in Calabar. An eyewitness described the gun battle, which took place early this morning, as fierce, with the pirates wielding very sophisticated weapons.
Piracy and illegal bunkering remain a constant challenge faced by security agencies on Nigeria's territorial waters. The latest operation happened in the early hours of Tuesday morning when the Navy team on patrol escorting a Cameroonian vessel, the Brenda Collet, were accosted by a couple of speedboats around Parrot Island, which opened fire in their direction. The boat officer and the captain of the vessel who witnessed the operation told Channels Television that luck ran out on the pirates when one of the boats developed an engine failure, which led to the arrest of a suspect who claimed to be a fisherman and an ex-Niger Delta militant.
About 5 to 7 of them rose up with their rifles, mostly AK-47, and opened fire on us. They opened fire on us, so that led to exchange of fire. 2 new flying boats come out of the creek and start shoot the Navy. So that now the Navy turn around and start shoot and call us to call another Navy boat here so that they come and reinforce those people. But I showed that the Navy killed what we saw, the first boat. All people died there.
The commander of the Nigerian Navy NNS Victory Command, Commodore James Oluwole, says the waterways require daily surveillance to keep pirates at bay.
Today, we can say it was a bad day for them, a very bad day for them. And like I've emphasized earlier too, it requires a daily presence for us to keep this water safe. The day you are not there, you are sure they will do some havoc.
The suspect, according to the Navy boss, will be handed to the appropriate agency for prosecution to serve as deterrent to others.
Meanwhile, the increasing menace of piracy on the shores of Africa has informed the need for navies of various countries across the continent to form an alliance to battle the scourge. Our top security personnel of African countries have gathered here in Lagos to discuss and share technology on ways to battle the menace. Our correspondent, Oroluwa Shonibare, has more.
The arrival of the Minister of State for Defense sparked the beginning of what can be described as a burning issue.
The current security breaches in the maritime space around Africa is of serious concern to all of us gathered here today, as well as the larger African and global community. In other words, the scourge of various forms of illegalities, such as slavery, piracy, human trafficking, particularly pipeline vandalism and oil theft.
From across the globe, they've come to put heads together on ways the war against piracy can be won. is the first offshore patrol vessel conference to be held in Africa, and the timing couldn't be better.
This conference being organized by the Nigerian Navy in partnership with International Quality and Productivity Center, IQPC, is significant as it symbolizes a strategic collaborative initiative between the Nigerian Navy and international maritime stakeholders. The economic opportunities that abound in African waters have progressively witnessed increasing interests across a broad spectrum of profitable commercial activities.
Past and present service chiefs of the Air Force, Navy, and Police home and abroad, the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, House Committee Chairman on Navy, and stakeholders in the maritime industry are in attendance, and the invited speakers are upbeat about the prospect of success.
With the emergence of the Gulf of Guinea as a global strategic maritime area, there is a need for countries in the Gulf of Guinea to work closely together to protect their common interests. We share a common maritime area and face the same threats also perpetrated by the same criminal gangs. It is important, therefore, to develop a common strategy and establish clear channels of communication for unlimited information sharing.
As the minister is led on an inspection, there is optimism that the objectives of the conference will be achieved. This offshore patrol vessel conference is coming at a very opportune time in Africa's history, as the battle against piracy is at its peak. And the message is clear: Nigeria's shores, and indeed that of Africa, must be safe again. Orolu Ashonibare, reporting for Channels Television News.
Well, the security challenge in the country is on the radar of the United States of America once again. Several meetings with security chiefs and civil society organizations have been ongoing, culminating in a working group on regional cooperation. The charge d'affaires at the American Embassy in Nigeria, Martin Brenner, expressed confidence that his country's partnership will result in improved security for the country. Meanwhile, the Plateau State Governor, Jonah Jang, said the Boko Haram crisis would not have escalated if initial security reports from the site were not ignored.
Plateau State is no stranger to security challenges. Burnt houses, weeping women paint the reality of not just day attacks on several villages, but most times night attacks. To help improve the security situation, top officials of the American Embassy come calling.
We understand that Nigeria faces a tremendous challenge, but that we believe that by working together, by working for holistic solutions, multifaceted solutions that address all the areas that may have may have fed into the current difficulties, that we can help Nigeria to achieve its tremendous future of prosperity and success.
And for the man who has been helmsman at the critical times of trouble, he says ignoring security reports may have contributed to the Boko Haram menace.
If we had been listened to from the beginning, maybe a lot of the problems that are happening in the country today would not have been happening. Because when we started reporting about foreigners getting into the problems here, we were not believed. I recall sitting with the then American ambassador, M.S. Sanders, explaining to her all that was happening here. I didn't know the report that was sent to the State Department was different from what I really explained.
Tackling security challenges is not a one-man show. Collaborations such as this will go a long way in bringing solutions to the Boko Haram crisis.
From one fight to another, the fight against illicit drugs in the country has received a major booster today after the U.S. stretched a hand of support to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. A U.S. Consul General, Mr. Jeffrey Hawkins, was at the office of the Chief Executive Officer of the NDLEA, Mr. Amadou Gade, in Lagos to discuss ways in which both countries can collaborate to combat the increasing drug trade across the globe.
NDLA is an outstanding partner for the United States government. We work very closely. There are a number of United States government agencies that work extremely closely, hand in hand, with this premier drug enforcement agency here in Nigeria. Like the United States, Nigeria faces a significant drug problem. The country remains a transit location for heroin and cocaine, destined for Europe, for the United States, other markets. And your agency has done great work, particularly at the airport here in Lagos. As we seek to fight these nefarious drug dealers, we really must be smarter and continue to adapt our anti-drug trafficking methods to put an end to their activities.
Our collaboration in the area of intelligence and the joint operations has undisputedly led to high-profile seizures and arrests. Your training programs for operatives, as well as high-level seminars and workshops, have helped greatly to enhance the capacity of personnel in almost all areas. The prompt and objective assessment by the United States government, which led to the removal of Nigeria from the drug measures list, has further increased the tempo of our campaign. We hope we can count on your advocacy support to ensure that more attention and resources are devoted to the all-important war against drug abuse and illicit drug trafficking.
The Minister of Labour and Productivity, Mr. Emeka Wogo, has advised officials of the joint health sector unions and the Ministry of Health to address the issues in contention with an open mind. At the resumed meeting between the workers and Ministry of Health in Abuja concerning the latest strike action, Mr. Wogo said he was optimistic that the action will soon be called off.